Hi, folks, and welcome. It's the ICBA Morning News Bulletin for today, Monday, October 16th, 2023. My name is Jordan Bateman. I'm the Vice President of Communications for ICBA, and I'm going to give you an update today on skyrocketing rental rates, housing busts everywhere but Alberta, and Oak Bay gasp, actually building housing. Whew. Of course, for links to sources, please visit our website, www.icbaindependent.ca. We can't post those media links here because of the Trudeau government's ongoing foolish online news act. Let's hope that gets thrown in the dumpster of history shortly. All right, first off, new data from Rentals.ca, and it reminds us of just how bad the rental crisis has become. Let's look at the cost of two-bedroom rentals across the country. Well, let's actually just focus on Vancouver, or on British Columbia and Alberta, where ICBA has its members. Vancouver, up 11% for renting a two-bedroom condo, up 11% year over year to $3,908 a month. How is a family supposed to be able to afford that? Burnaby up 21% to $3,411 a month. Victoria is up nearly 8% to $2,906 a month. Kelowna is up 6.3% to $2,775 a month. Now we flip over to Alberta, where yes, the rates are lower, but the increases are just as high. Calgary is up nearly 14% and now costs $2,182 for a two-bedroom rental in Calgary every month. Edmonton is up 9.3%, now costs $1,580 for a two-bedroom rental. And Red Deer is up 16% to $1,402. This is a really tough time to be a renter. Vancouver and Burnaby were the two most expensive places to rent. How is Burnaby the same cost as Toronto? That is perplexing, and yet here we are in this problem. Fort Mac, by the way, a 6.5% increase to $1,520 per month. Okay, despite those big rental hikes, and this is story number 2, Alberta continues to lead the country in attracting interprovincial migration, thanks to those rental rates running about half what the cost is in BC and elsewhere. So Desjardins Economics reported on Friday that recent shifts in the Canadian housing market, sparked by the Bank of Canada's interest rates since the spring, that sales are down nearly 40% from the gains witnessed earlier this year. As home sales soften, listings have surged by 35% nationally since March. So again, sales down 40% from earlier this year as far as home sales go, listings surging by 35% nationally since March. What does Desjardins think is happening? Well, they say this rise in listings hints that homeowners, initially enticed by lower rates, are now grappling with the steep borrowing expenses as they deal with variable rate mortgages or they refinance, re-up their fixed rate mortgages. This makes Calgary and Edmonton, of course, even more attractive. And for example, Calgary's housing sales are bucking the trend of the 40% plunge nationally. They're bucking the trend. They've nearly doubled compared to pre-pandemic times. Okay, and then one last housing story, and this is a local one. Vaughn Palmer, the Vancouver Sun, reports that Tiny Tony Oak Bay's about face on a 4-story, 15-unit project they approved last week after years of rejecting it. Okay, so Oak Bay, who last year, by the way, had 27 housing starts. Nothing pushes affordability like 27 housing starts. It's hard to believe they could do that poorly, and yet there they are, 27 housing starts. They rejected last year a 15-unit project, a 4-story building next to other 4-story buildings, claiming that the residents didn't want it. But now they kind of quietly, unanimously approved it last week after years of rejecting it. Why? Because the provincial government has put Oak Bay on their housing naughty list and told the municipality it must build 664 new units over 5 years. 664 units will do very little to advance the cause of affordability in British Columbia. I mean, you're talking about what, 100, I should have done the math beforehand, 110, 112 units per year. Still, for a municipality that's only built 27 a year, that is a big increase. Vaughn Palmer likes to tell the joke that sometimes people call the Oak Bay Building Permit Department, and Building Permit Department answers, "Who is this? How did you get this number?" Classic. Anyways, Tiny Tony Oak Bay, it's a suburb of Victoria. now looking into a big housing boom, a whole 15-unit building. Whew. It's gonna be a long time before housing is affordable again in this neck of the woods. All right, that's it for me today. We're still doing a happy dance over the Supreme Court decision on Friday. You can see all of that at ICBA independent.ca. Standing up for provincial rights in regulating environmental or in doing environmental assessments for major projects. We're still thrilled by that decision. Looking forward to seeing more discussion and commentary on it this week. If you have anything that I should be posting this week, feel free to send over to me, Jordan at ICBA.ca. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.